Let's go. Let's fire it up, Menda.
Reb.
Menda, you doing well?
Thank God, Reb. I'm on the way to the airport in 2 hours.
Oh, Baruch Hashem. I'm on my way to an unofficial wedding. It's basically a wedding without the chuppah, so we have to go weiter. Unbelievable, no?
Reb, it's so good. I have to see you in Eretz Yisrael, Reb.
When are you coming? Now?
Today. 2 hours.
Oh, you're coming today?
Mamish, hopping on a flight. Air France. What?
You're coming for recharge?
Yeah.
Are you actually?
Mamish, Reb. Mamish.
Ami, great to see you. Wow, we got a recharge. We got a recharge. Show us how
not in Florida, Jack.
What?
I'm not in Florida anymore.
Oh, wow! Back in America. Wait, are we in? When?
The Rebbe left. Is the Rebbe re-entered? There, he re-entered.
Sorry about that. Wait. When's Shovavim?
Next week.
Oh, Geschmack. So we have Shovavim coming up. We have recharge students.
Rav Nassan's the art set coming up on Tuesday.
What?
Rav Nassan.
Rav Nassan, that's right. Rav Chaim Kramer going to Eish Kodesh and all over America. Unbelievable stuff. And we have Shabbos in 5 days. It's New Year's, January 1st. Chavra Cheshbon HaNefesh. What an excuse to do Cheshbon HaNefesh. Okay, let's fire it up. Bashim Klosro for Pesach. Ubi ben Yosef Asir Baruch Bas Yehudi Yonah Bas Basa Shir Bas Basa Sana Ruben ben Mani Tova Bas Peril and Luling Nishmat Yehudi Bracha Bas Nechemia. Loving God, save us from our evil thoughts and bad dreams, and let our bed be a place of perfect holiness. Help us sleep only the minimum necessary for the health of our body, and even that in holiness and purity. Let our sleep be sweet. As we go to sleep, let it be thoughts of Torah in our minds and feelings of joy. Let us recite the bedtime Shema with great holiness and surrender, with deep concentration and heartfelt intensity, just to kill all the impure and destructive spirits and all unholy forces. Let our nefesh, our ruach, and our neshama be joined in unity with all the holy souls of the Jewish people. Let our souls send with them to you as we sleep. Bezrat Hashem, what a tefillah. And there's more to it, but give up. Chaver halacha l'maisa. Halacha b'shem kol Yisrael. Halacha the Purim. Halacha l'kavod Chanukah, 302 days until Chanukah. We have 5 days until Shabbos. Amazing. And we have right now, Hayom, right now. Amazing, right? We're all stealing Torah. We just came back from Florida. We have all the excuses in the world to be jet lagged, the whole thing, even though they're not jet lagged, but we can make the excuse jet lag. We're going to airports in 2 hours, but Mama, we're stealing Torah. It's amazing. In honor of the Megillah reading, one should don Shabbos clothing on Purim evening before going to the synagogue. When he returns from the synagogue, he should find candles burning in his house and set a table and neatly covered couch. The Mar prayers are as follows. Arvit. Right? After Shemona Esrei, the full Kaddish with Tiskabel. And then we read the Megillah. After that, we recite the prayer beginning. Guys, we're going to have to do Chazar on this, right? Because we have 64 days until Purim. But Mamash, we're going to... I mean, I know you guys are going to remember them. Me, I'm going to forget. After that, we recite the prayer beginning. V'ataka dosh. And then... in Mizmor Lamatzech al Yelat HaShachar, which was said about Esther. And there in that psalm is stated, God I call out, which was said relating to the Megillah reading. For Yeshua ben Levi said in Masechet Megillah, Daf Daled Amud Aleph, a person is obligated to read the Megillah at night and repeat it during the day, as it is stated, Elokai Ekra Yomam V'Lota Nevelayla V'Lodu Miyali. God, I call out by day, and you do not answer by night, and there is no respite for me. And adjacent to that is the verse in Tehillim, V'atakadosh, you are the Holy One. After this prayer is recited, the Chazan recites the full Kaddish without Tiskabel. On Motzei Shabbos, Saturday night, the order is as follows: V'hi Noam and V'atakadosh. And then we have the Chazan recites the full Kaddish without Tiskabel, and then we recite the passage of V'itin Lecha, and following that, Havdalah is recited over a cup of wine, and then we recite Aleinu to conclude the Marav service. Okay.
Chazak.
There's a lot there. So, Chevra, a Mishnah, chapter 2, Mishnah 5, Pirkei Avot. A lot is going on in this Mishnah, and we'll try to touch on a couple of points, and let's hopefully we can take something and apply it to our lives right now. So Hillel used to say, a boar cannot fear sin, nor can an unlearned person be pious. Rav Nachman says in the spot, a person must strive to both be a tzaddik, right? We're in the parsha of Yosef a tzaddik, that is righteous and moral, and a Torah scholar. For an unlearned person cannot be pious, but one is considered a tzaddik by virtue of guarding the Brit Kodesh, right? And we know this is the referring to Yosef a tzaddik, right? It says here in the footnotes, this is mentioned in the Zohar Kadosh, even if a Jew transgresses some of the mitzvot, as long as he guards the covenant, he is called a tzaddik and has a portion in the world to come. Right? This is found that the Torah calls Yosef a tzaddik because he resisted the advances of his master's wife. This is mentioned in the Zohar and Gutei Maharan. And one is considered a scholar by knowing and heeding the laws of the forbidden and the permitted. Okay. So it is possible to be tzaddik even if one is not learned. For the term tzaddik, we all know, we just learned from the Zohar, applies to one who is morally pure. But to reach the level of one who attains godly knowledge, a person must be learned in the Talmud, in the Shulchan Aruch. We see this in Rabbi Nachman's Sichot Aran 76, where Rabbeinu Zal used to study all 4 sections of Shulchan Aruch 3 times. The first time he understood its simple meaning. The second time he was able to trace the Talmudic source of each law. And the third time he went over it, he understood the Kabbalistic significance of each law and its relationships to the transcendental worlds. Right? So this was Rebbe's way. Simplicity, going through things each time. And you may not get on the first time, but mamash, when we return to it, we'll gain a little more. Right? He literally drank knowledge. That was Rabbeinu Zal. He drank knowledge. It says in the Sikha, he drank knowledge. Right? So a bashful person cannot learn, nor can an impatient person teach. It says here, wait, do we want to go here? Let's just see. Let's keep going. Not everyone who succeeds in business becomes wise, and in a place where there are no men, strive to be a man. So we're going to check this out quickly in the 48 Ways of Wisdom of Noach Weinberg. He talks about not everyone who succeeds in business becomes wise, right? And we see from Rabbeinu Yonah that one who is deeply involved with business cannot become a scholar. Right, so which is the primary and which is the secondary? So if Noach Weinberg, quotes the Rambam, who writes, make your work secondary and your Torah study a fixed matter. Right, this is Hilchos Talmud Torah. Your profession does not define your essence. That is how you happen to make a living. But you are a student of life, a truth seeker, a learner. You may have to spend more hours working than learning, but do not let that confuse your self-definition. When you view yourself as a learner, using your mind at all times and being fascinated with life, life is fun. If there's no separation with learning and then work, it's one expression of God. It's one expression of serving Hashem. Right? So being fascinated with life becomes a priority because we're spending a majority of our hours in the work world, right? With other people, with what might seem mundane. Are we fascinated to life? Are we fascinated by people? You are always looking for opportunities to acquire wisdom, as the Mishnah says, and we'll learn this Bezrat Hashem soon. Who is the wise man? The one who learns from every person. Be hungry for wisdom, says Rav Noach Weinberg. We have to be hungry for wisdom, right? So, Gevalt, we just need to use our seconds, our minutes, our hours, right? Using our mind, learning, being hungry for wisdom, drinking knowledge at all times. And we'll end with the last line. We'll just repeat it. And in a place where there are no men, strive to be a man. Strive to be a man. What can this mean? Says Rashi. If there is no one willing to accept the responsibilities of leadership, you must assume that task. If no one is willing to be the captain of the baseball team, you become the captain. And not only that, you enable everyone to have fun. You make it a fun experience. The track record at, I'm not going to say who who was the captain. I'm not going to say where. But the track record of that team was not so fun, losing records year after year after year. But the losing could be fun. Hopefully they win the championship. Hopefully they make it to the playoffs. But we could redefine the whole experience. We could add so much to it. Add so much to it. And if we think we're not worthy, if we think we're not worthy to step in and accept that role, and a leader, there's many definitions. It doesn't mean being someone on a pedestal and screaming, right? It could lead. We could lead in so many different ways. Everyone has the leader inside of them. We shouldn't be discouraged. Why? Because it says, quoting from the Chova Talmidim on page 63 in the English Hebrew 1, Mesechah Psachim on Daf 66a says, if the Jews are not prophets, they're the children of prophets. So if we think we're not worthy enough, if we think that we don't have the capabilities, look deeper. We have to look deeper. We may not have a father or mother who's holding an all of Shas. We may not have a grandfather who is a famous Rebbe in the whole world. But Mamish, first of all, our family Mamish, the holiest of the holiest. We have to look for the holiest of the holiest. But we have the forefathers. We have the family tree. We just got to look deeper. If we don't feel that inspiration, Mamish, we have it. We have the capabilities. We have the abilities. Let's fire it up. B'Shem Kol Yisrael, questions, comments, please feel free. What a fiery one today. Wow. Mishnah, Pirkei Avot, fire.
Wow.
Questions, comments. There's a lot there. There's a lot. Just like the points so for us to remember, right? We have the tzaddik, we had the learned person, right? We had the learned person connected to Rabbi Nachman. Rabbi Nachman would go through the Shulchan Aruch 3 times, simple meaning, the Talmudic law, and it's where it came from, and then Kabbalistic meaning. Mamish, like just learning, drinking knowledge. And part of that is just learning from every single person, right? We're going to be involved in whatever we're involved in. Florida, school, summer programs, work, Bezrat Hashem. And like the Mishnah of Pirkei Avot told us to get work, right? So we're going to be involved in that work, but are we learning? Are we drinking? Are we hungry for wisdom? Are we viewing work? I mean, this is a question for myself. Mamish, it's the hardest question in the world. Are we viewing work as a separation from the avoda? Is it just like, okay, I'm just going to go for my 8 hours and then I'll return back to that dveikut and that oneness and that excitement? But we could redefine the whole experience, cover. Mamish, Dr. Shem. Questions, comments?
Jack, I think you're assenting to look at Torah and Torah Aleph. I think seems like soaking up the knowledge. Look at Torah and Torah Aleph talks about this, to see the call, and everything. To soak it up from everything.
Mamish. I think that's going to be the title, Aleph. It's just going to be Aleph, seeing the Sechel and everything. Wow, Ami, what a connection. Making it so clear every time. I'm never clear, but you're clear. You just bring it home every time.
No.
It's amazing. I had to use 50 words for whatever I just said. You just use it in a couple. Mamish, I think they said by the Lubavitcher Rebbe that once someone came in with like 56 questions. I'm just making it up. It could have been like 21, but a ton of questions. And the Rebbe literally just took the sheet of paper with like the 50 questions and just broke it down to like 6. Like,
I recall that. I have it in one of my books over here.
I'll
I'll try to find it for you. No, not Tuscan. It's something else. It's Seeds of Wisdom.
Seeds of Wisdom. There we go. Seeds. Just finding the seed in every single thing. Unbelievable.
He has it in here.
Any thoughts before going to Eretz Yisrael? Just excited.
I can't wait to walk 4 Amos. That's it. 4 Amos, and I'm turning around.
Okay, Chevra, this is just fire. This is just fire. Wow, Chevra. We'll end on that note. Just 4 steps is good. It's everything, Chevra, and we have to find the Sechel and everything, like Ami was telling us. And let's fire it up. The Shem Kol Yisrael Kavod Shabbos.